Here we have online banking. So a lot of counting principle stuff and passwords and cryptography come together because they're wondering, well, how many passwords could you make, right? That's why a lot of sites don't require your password must be one character and only lowercase letters. Have you ever come across a website that says they only want one letter for your password?
Yeah.
So there's how many? 26 possibilities. How hard is it going to be to hack into that account?
Extremely easy.
Right? So if we have more possibilities, then it becomes harder to break into those accounts. So online bank account, they say you need to have 2 letters followed by 5 digits. All letters and digits may be used more than once. How many passwords are possible? So another thing that we're going to do with our fundamental counting principle, if we read a question like this, do you see that you have 7 decisions that you're going to have to make? Okay? So, because there's 7 things in total. And one of the things we're going to add to our decisions is a little description underneath, as brief as possible. Just telling the person who's looking at this where your numbers or your choices are coming from. So I'm going to put D's under those ones for digits and L's under these for letters. Okay, that was terrible. Luckily, we can change all these L's into D's and quickly change those to 2 letters. 2 letters followed by 5 digits. There we go.
That's a really good password.
Whew. That isn't a very good password. Now, how many choices do you have for your first letter?
Not more than 20 if you don't uppercase and lowercase.
26. We're just going to go, okay, yeah, if you wanted to say uppercase and lowercase, this question would need to clarify that a little bit, because then it would be 52.
Yeah, which makes it much
Okay?
more secure.
I believe that the answer key just was assuming letters were lowercase letters. I know. And so, because you're allowed to use it more than once, how many choices do you have here? 26. If you weren't allowed to use the same letter again, there would be 25 there. For your digits, 10, right? Make sure you include 0. 0 is a digit. And then 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. Yeah, it adds up. It's pretty big numbers, so this would be 67 million possibilities, which is quite a few if you were trying to guess them.
But you'd be able to crack it.
But it's not that strong of a password for a computer to try and crack.
No, 30 seconds.
So what do computers do, right? Not only do they have so many passwords possible that if someone was trying to break in by trying them all, it would take a long time, but also if you've tried the wrong password 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row, then they lock it and say you can't try for another hour.
But what you can do is you just grab the encrypted password and then just crack it out, and once you get that, then you log in. You don't trip the systems.
Perfect. So there's always a way.
There always is.
Okay, I'm going to give you your questions here, but then we're going to do another question together. So 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 16, and I put a star by 16, which must mean it's really, really hard.
Or must be really, really easy.
So before you go on to do that, a couple of years ago, well, it's probably more than a couple of years ago, quite a few years ago, I was on my way to school, on my way to work, and I heard an advertisement for Subway, and they were saying millions and millions of possibilities. So if you come to Subway, you have millions and millions of possibilities. So someone who wasn't very smart working at Subway decided, we're tired of having people choose things, it's slowing us down, we would like to make a menu. And in our menu, list every single possible sub that a person could order. How many items would be on that menu? So let's say you're going to Subway. Let's talk about decisions. What's the first decision you make?
Bread.
Bread. Okay, I'll put a B under that. How many choices do we have for our bread? 6? we'll be rough here. We won't get argue. Jake is our resident expert. Perfect. After you choose the bread. Cheese.
4, right?
How many cheeses are there? 5 cheeses. But you could also choose to not have cheese. What's that? You can choose more than if I go there, do I have to pay extra though, right? Okay, we're not going to go into any paying extras. Okay, so we have for cheese, there's 5 choices of cheese, and then you could choose to not have cheese.
Whether toasted or not.
So there's 6s. Is toasted or not the next decision? So, toasted. You have 2 choices. Toasted or not toasted.
No, it's more allowed. 4 or 4. No.
They don't take it out halfway through. Okay? What's next? Meats. So that would be your item that you pick off the menu. So menu item. How many choices are there for those? There's like meatball, there's the BLT. Don't write them all down. There's veggie. Right? But you pick, this is what's actually up on the menu item, right? All of their things, you could pick the chicken teriyaki or the steak.
Yeah, or the
There's quite a few options. Let's just rough.
10.
What do you think? 12? Okay. And now we get into all of the veggies. Each of the veggies is its own decision, right? Because you've got your lettuce, yes or no. So we've got lettuce, tomato, onion, jalapenos, olives. What? Banana peppers.
Lettuce.
I got lettuce. Spinach. Green pepper.
Green olives.
Green olives. There's another thing.
Brown olives. Black olives.
We've got olives. Here, I'll draw an olive. Pickles, cucumbers.
You've also got
Is that it? Okay. Oh, salt and pepper. Well, could you choose salt, pepper, or salt and pepper?
No, it's one thing. It's a mix.
But could you just get salt? Okay, so you could get salt, pepper, and if I put those both there, if you chose salt and pepper, that would be in that thing. Okay, so all of these are going to be 2s. Oh, we haven't got to the sauces yet. Is that all the veggies, though? Okay. How many sauces are there? 12 sauces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And there's another 2. And then
Parmesan and oregano. Parmesan and oregano would be another 2. And then your sub is done. If you multiply all that together,
figure it out.
if you multiply that, oh, that doesn't go onto your sub. They're making a menu. They're going to print these all out so you can go there and say, I would like menu item 38,554,603, and they just have to pull it up and build it for you. Right? That'll be much more efficient. Okay? It would only probably take a couple months just to print this out. 1.798 times e to the what? 5.78? And then what is the e to the what at the end? E to the 10. Have you got all the numbers in there? It doesn't look like you have all the two.
You really didn't do it, did you?
I think it's even bigger than that.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
So this is, that's still pretty big. You could just count your 2s, right?
It's 32 I got.
So now what I would like sometime is for someone to catch this on video, go to Subway, order your bread, order a veggie sub so it has no meat. When they get to the cheeses, you say no. When you go through all the veggies, even though you ordered a veggie sub, you say no. Okay, you've had that?
Well, I've had, they got cheese, just cheese.
Just cheese? Well, just cheese, but no cheese. What I want,
I've had people want to buy just bread.
okay, just bread is pretty cool. But when you get to the sauces, get every sauce. You just have your plain bread and every sauce on there. I would like to see Jake's reaction when that happens. So you get a lot of possibilities.